Welcome to the Exceptionally Irresistible Show, featuring conversations with people who have demonstrated exceptional success in their lives and who have some irresistible qualities worth learning from. Come learn how others have created an exceptionally irresistible life. You too can live an extraordinary life, both personally and professionally. So sit back, relax, grab your favorite beverage, and enjoy the show. Hello, and welcome to another awesome, incredible, and fun episode of the Exceptionally Irresistible Show. We are super excited. Thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. And we have an incredible story, an incredible message right here, right now for you. It is a unbelievable person who I got the pleasure to meet on LinkedIn, and we've built somewhat of a ongoing relationship. I love everything about this individual, that she has one of the most incredible services that are out there called the Golden Anchor Method. I'll let her explain what that means, but it is incredible how she helps individuals to really bring out that authenticness that's hiding within them. A lot of people struggle with bringing out who they are, and she brings it out of them, and she helps them, and she highlights them, and it's just so incredible. And everything about her is just, you're going to see it for yourself. It's so much fun just chatting with Val. Without further ado, please welcome Val to the stage. Hello, Val.
Hello there. Wow, that was quite the introduction. I'm not sure it's. Thank you.
Oh gosh. Val, let's just jump right into it. The message. What is the message? If you were standing on some rooftop out there somewhere and you were able to scream out something, everybody's hearing what it is. What is that all about?
I think the message is that everyone has a story to share, and
Mm,
someone, at least one person, and probably more, needs to hear your story
sure.
because everybody's worthy, everybody's special, and being able to share that story can make all the difference, either for
Mm,
yourself or mostly for someone else, because
sure.
where you've been, someone else is behind you. And if
Mm,
they can be encouraged to know you made it through or you did this, hey, I can do it too.
for
But you
sure.
have to share your story to do it.
Yeah, and a lot of people, and something that you always share, that a lot of people struggle bringing out that story, bringing out, obviously there's something phenomenal, and I'm sure there's other people out there who could hear that story and learn a lesson from the story, maybe get inspired by the story. you know, Tell us a little bit more about how, maybe even jump in, like we'll go right into it, like the golden anchor method. Like how does that, bring out the richness of the story, if you don't mind
Okay.
sharing.
Well, my golden anchor method is a system I created that basically helps you organize your thoughts
Hmm.
and your words to create written content so that through your written content, you can create an impact and you
Hmm.
can build what everybody wants, community and connections. Because
Hmm.
if people don't know who you are, they're, that know, like, and trust factor, but you have to start with telling people who you are. If you don't tell them who you are, they can't get to know you. So I help, I like to say I turn conversations into content.
Hmm.
And what I mean by that is we have a conversation, and then from that, you know, you pick the topic, and then I help you create the content that's impactful, that's authentic, that's
Hmm.
original. There's no AI involved. It's who
Yeah.
you are. You're the one being quoted. Basically, it's helping you shine through writing.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, and I love that, and that right there in itself is such an exceptional, a service, and just like really really helping those people out with, I know it took me a long time, and I struggled to get my voice and to hear,
Mhm.
to speak like this took a long time. And before, like right now I'm natural in front of the camera, but this wasn't this way
Right.
before. And
Mhm.
it seems like you've discovered that, you've seen that amongst people. Are you noticing any pattern with the people that you're working with or that you're helping? What's really the blockage? What's the blockage that they seem to be having? Are you seeing anything?
I would say I've had a number of people tell me they have all these ideas,
Mm,
but then when they go to write it, they look at a blank page and they freeze. Like
mm,
several people said to me, I can talk to you.
right.
I have lots of ideas. I can talk. But if I've got to sit down and write it, all my thoughts leave me.
Mm,
And so that's why I say, let's have a conversation. Talk to me. Tell me
right.
what you're thinking. I can ask questions because a lot of times I may not totally understand the topic. So
Mm,
I can ask clarifying questions. And I think you found this too, that you go to explain something to someone, you
mhm.
both learn
Yeah.
and you both benefit and you both get clarity. When you go to describe what you do to somebody and they ask you a question like, oh,
Sure.
okay, how do I answer that? How do I clarify that so that the next time I tell somebody, whatever the message is,
Mm,
that one step closer to clarity, one step closer to sharing the message. And the best part, if just talking to someone,
mhm.
you can get your ideas. And when you share your message, that's the start of transformation
Yeah.
because your message is to help someone else, right?
Right.
So if you can help clearly tell someone how you can help them and you do, then that's the start of transformation for that person to take
Mm,
the next step to be better in whatever it is, whatever the area is. And so
yeah.
that's what I'm so excited about is you share your message and you start this transformation to help someone else. That person gets helped. That person can help someone else. And it's that, ripple effect like
Yes.
you've talked about, like I've learned from you, the ripple effect. It's just like
Yes.
with kindness, with sharing your message, whatever it is, like that pebble in the pond, one
Mm,
act of kindness can lead to another, can lead to another, can lead to another. You share your message, you start that transformation.
sure.
That person can help someone else. That person then can help someone else. So it can be
Absolutely.
so exciting.
No, and yeah, and that's exactly it. Like when we're sharing our story and when we're sharing it in such a way that doesn't highlight like, look at me, I'm the best, like it's really this thing of I'm trying, like I went through an experience or I went through something, and odds are that there's somebody out there who probably is experiencing, if not the same thing, relatively close to it, or whatever it is. And the idea of the storytelling is a big component of it, where we relate with people. It's called relating stories. So it's that relatedness. And you're so right when you mentioned earlier, that through conversation, having this kind of conversation and having these guided questions and having these clarifying questions, sometimes it doesn't come out the same way when we're writing. It's these conversations that all of a sudden, like, you get these aha moments, even though it's your story and even though it's your time. These aha moments come up and stuff like that. So I find that just fascinating. I find that really exciting indeed.
Yes. Yes. And it's it's also I found a way to help you find your inner greatness. Everybody
Mm,
has it.
sure.
Everybody's worthy, but sometimes we've been told we're not,
Mm,
or you may have an idea, but you're not sure how to share it, or how to
hmm,
tell it, or how to write it. And it's like you start talking and you start sharing your dream,
mm,
your inner greatness comes out,
mm,
and using your words and your voice, we can you can create that message and then you can
sure.
share that message.
Sure.
And like I said, somebody needs to hear your message, but it also helps you because you're
Mm,
like, hey, wait a minute, I do believe in this.
mm,
I do stand by this.
Mm.
I do want people to know this is what I believe.
Yeah.
So it helps you at what I call your inner greatness, because you figure out what your values are, you figure out what you stand for, you figure out what your message is.
Mm.
There's going to be no stopping you,
Sure.
because
Sure.
when you believe in it, you have the passion for it. You've seen it. People that have the passion, they're going to share it. You're going to want to shout
Mhm.
it out. You
Yeah.
want other people to know about it because you
Yeah.
believe in it.
Yeah. And just to touch upon that, I remember when I was going through a really tough time, and one of the best piece best pieces of advice I got at the time that really was, I would even say, therapeutic, was, you know, granted it's a difficult time right now, it's hard, we're not diminishing from that, but you know, if I could find within myself, and it took time until I meditated on it and internalized this message, but if I could find within myself the courage and the strength and the grit, if it is, that maybe I'm going through this experience for a greater cause. That maybe somewhere down the line, when I overcome, when I will get through this forest, that maybe this story will help out somebody else. How did I get through, or how did I? And Val, that really helped me during that period of time. That really helped me get through it. That encouraged me to go to the therapy. That encouraged me to go to get all the help that I needed, thinking that it wasn't being done for other people, obviously, but I knew that this is happening to me right now beyond my control. And if I do the work that is necessary, that might actually help somebody in the future. And that was so inspiring to me at the time. And thank God that's exactly what ended up happening. And what I'm doing now is all related. But I really felt that way. And a person like you, thank God I know how to write, and yes, I work with you a lot and stuff, like it's great, but somebody who doesn't know, or doesn't have the skill, or doesn't have the talent, or is afraid of writing, or all the myriad of reasons why they're not writing, you know your service is paramount, I think.
Thank you.
you know
I found too, when you write it down, you can go back.
hmm
And sometimes you write it down, you can go back and reflect on it.
hmm
What if you have a dream that you really want, but people are
right.
saying, oh, you can't do that, you can't do that?
hmm
Well, what if you go through the process of writing it down, all the reasons why this dream is so important to you,
hmm
and then maybe you set it aside and you come
yeah,
back to it and you read what you wrote and go, I can't do this.
yeah,
You have a written record,
sure,
and it's also a way to leave a legacy.
sure,
You want to share your thoughts. What do you want people to know about you, your family, whoever, your friends, whoever? You write it down, you have
mm,
it there so others can be inspired by you,
yeah.
because everybody can inspire somebody else.
I
Everybody.
love it. You're so right. 100%. I love it. And that is actually the whole underlying message of this show, is that we're all born exceptionally irresistible. We're
Yes.
all, and it's
Yes.
really the idea of our daily journey bringing out that exceptionalism, living more exceptionally, more irresistibly every day. And that's exactly the message what you're sharing, and I'm just beyond inspired. So just thank you for that, just
Well,
from me.
you have
um
inspired me in many ways, and I
oh,
appreciate
thank
that,
you.
and thank you for that.
Thank you, but I have a question. How does the name Golden Anchor come in all of this? Like, where did you draw inspiration from that? How did you, like, there could have been a myriad of names, that, like, why Golden Anchor?
Well, it kind of came about. I had this idea for a writing system, so to speak.
Hmm.
And someone said to me, well, you need a name for it. And I'm like, what do I need a name for it? We got to have a name. I'm like, oh, I don't know. And as we were talking, it was like, well, what is the content? It's kind of your gold, kind of like it started with the whole idea of Rumpelstiltskin spinning straw into gold,
Yeah,
that fairy tale.
sure, yeah.
He has since left my part of my story, but that's kind of where it started. Was the gold is your content.
Mm-hmm.
The anchor part of it is part of the process is I create an anchor article that is using your words in your voice. So it's not quoting someone else, it's quoting you.
Right.
You are the expert, you are the authority, you have the credibility.
Mm.
So the gold is the content, the anchor is the way it's being done, and then the method is creating the article, and from the article creating LinkedIn posts.
Oh.
So I realize now, as I was thinking about it, golden anchor method, people are like, what the heck is that? So I probably picked a different name. It made sense to me, but I realized that it's, in all honesty, it's probably not the best name. And maybe if someone gives me a better name, I can change it. But the whole idea is the anchor is your words. The gold is the content that you're going to be sharing. And the method is how we do it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's a great name, and to be honest, from what I was hearing when you were talking, I actually I don't usually like to assume things, but in my head when I was interpreting the golden anchor, I was thinking gold, which was the content or the story or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. That made sense, but the anchor was when you were talking about legacy.
Oh,
It's like I'm anchoring down, my like I'm solidifying my
yep.
experience. That's
Okay.
that's how I actually interpret it. But it's such
That works
cool.
too. That
Well,
works too.
I don't
Because
know. This is
have
how
the
I heard
written,
it.
yeah, you have the written copy. The whole idea is to make sure that people understand it's not my words, it's not what I think.
Right,
It's what do you want to share? What is your message?
right. That
And
makes
then
sense. Yeah.
from that, I've really been thinking lately about
Mhm.
with the message, let's start the transformation.
Mm.
Because you are helping someone solve a problem most of the time,
Hmm.
or you are helping someone in some way.
Sure,
If they are helped, to me, that is a form of transformation.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
and I guess
Val?
I'm getting transformation because the name of my company is Butterfly Copywriting.
Oh,
So butterfly, from the cocoon
sure.
to the, from the caterpillar to the butterfly, there's a huge transformation. And that's a
Absolutely.
whole other story. But
Yeah, I wish we had more time would go into that. But I wonder, was there a defining moment that kind of brought you to identify this method, or like how was that method born? Was there something?
well, I started on LinkedIn. And I kind of, everybody said, well, yeah, you need to be on LinkedIn. Just do this and just be on it and you'll be fine. Okay, I'm on it. Now what? So I started getting to know people, and that's, you know, connecting with people. And at first it was, oh, just how many connections can I have? Just numbers. And then
Mm-hmm.
it was, no, who are you connected with? And I
Mm.
started creating connections that built relationships that actually, in many cases, built actual friendships.
Right, right.
And from that, it was like when I first started, I had a whole list of services I could do. I still
Uh-huh.
can, but people looked at it. Several people said to me, that's too confusing. I look at your list and go
Mm.
somewhere else because I can't narrow it down.
Right.
So I started thinking, what kind of writing, because it had to be writing for me,
Sure.
what do I like to do the best?
Mm.
And it came down to my favorite kind of writing is article writing, writing that highlights other people, writing
Mm.
that promotes people.
Mm.
And from that, kind of through just helping people, I created, let's write the article. Oh, wait a minute, we can take that and repurpose it. Let's create LinkedIn post. So you not only will have an article that tells who you are on a certain topic, but we can create LinkedIn posts from it. We can repurpose it. Let's not reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
Let's
No.
save time.
Yeah.
Let's
No.
save stress. Let's decrease the stress. Let's save time and let's create this wonderful way of sharing your message and
Mm.
then repurposing it, leveraging it so that you're like, I have content. I have
Yeah.
4 weeks of content. I'm good to go.
This one's so simplified.
Mhm.
It's an article, and I have content for the rest of the month from that article.
Yes.
That's easy. I love
You
it.
have an article that you are the one quoted. It's
Sure.
your words in your
Mm,
voice. You are the one. We're not quoting someone else.
yeah.
We're not giving Abraham Lincoln quotes or Maya Angelou or Teddy Roosevelt or
True.
whoever you see the quotes of.
True.
Yes, they are wonderful people who have wonderful things to say, but so do you, and so does your message.
I love it. And that's exactly what makes it exceptionally irresistible. So I'm like I cannot resist this message. So it's awesome.
Good.
Yeah, what a couple of last things is so who are typically the people who relate to this kind of service who that you're finding are the ones who are attracted to what you're doing that you're are you finding like a specific kind of person or a group of people or what are you discovering?
I would say the ones I can help the most are those who don't like to write but have lots of ideas, or
Mm,
those who don't have time. And
mm,
again, have
okay,
lots of ideas, because
makes
I
sense.
hear that a lot. Oh, I go to write and I look at the page and I freeze.
Mm,
Okay, talk to me. Oh, I can talk to you.
yeah,
Okay, you talk to me. I'll record the message. I'll get a transcript. I'll create the article. I'll send it back to you. We'll talk through it. We'll get it the way you want it. It's your
and
words. I'm just organizing them.
yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. It's your words. I'm just organizing them. Yeah. Wow. That is awesome.
Just
Val.
taking, putting it in
No, yeah,
writing. For
for
those who
sure.
don't like to write or don't want to write or don't have time to write. I
Exactly.
realize writing's not everybody's passion. It is my
Right.
passion. Numbers and I, not so much. Words, yes.
Words. Well, I share that one with you, so I'm with you on that one, Val. I agree. No numbers,
But
words.
there's lots of
are-
people who love
Yeah,
numbers
yeah,
and are really good at it.
yeah.
I'm really not. And my dad was a math teacher. Do you know how well
Ooh,
he couldn't understand how, huh,
uh,
how's my daughter not? My
yeah.
brother's very good in math. Me, not so much. But words, I've loved words since I was in second
Mm,
grade, and my teacher
mm,
introduced me to storytelling. And ever since then, I have wanted to be a writer. And
mm.
now I am blessed to be able to help others.
And that's beautiful. Using your talent to really bring out other people's talents. That's
Yes.
couldn't ask for better.
I want to highlight other people. That's my favorite way to do it, is to promote other people. And the
I
best way to do that is to help them share their message.
love it. Listen, Val, I'm so inspired, and I do have to ask this question to you. It's my question I asked everybody. Where do you draw inspiration from? Do you have any particular places that you draw inspiration from, if or people
Um,
or however?
I would say my faith,
Mm,
my family, and my friends, because
mm,
there's a lot of times that having a bad day, I'll get a text from a friend. Or
mm.
sometimes what I do when I'm having a bad day is send a text to a friend.
Ooh, yeah.
Sometimes when you lift someone else up, you become lifted.
Mm,
So if
love it.
I am feeling down, it's like I know I have a choice. You stay there or you try to change it. So
Mm.
I will send encouragement to somebody. And a lot of times, all honesty, I'm doing it for me.
Yeah.
Because it's like if I can uplift someone else,
Yeah.
inspire, encourage someone else, almost always I am encouraged myself. And so,
Love it.
and then friends will send something back to me, or my family, call them or whatever.
Mm,
Or my faith. My faith is very important to me. So,
sure. Yeah. Wow, Val, this was just amazing. I'm in pure awe and like I knew this was going to be good, but I didn't think it was going to be. I mean, you over delivered, Val. Thank
oh
you
my
so
goodness.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
thank you,
you
thank you. And I'm
for
sure the
asking
audience
me.
has.
And um, thank you for all that you do to share and encourage and inspire and
Love it.
empower people. because you
Pleasure.
help us believe we can do it.
Oh, thank you,
So
Val.
thank
And
you.
to the viewers, to the people who are listening to this show, this is it. This is the exceptionally irresistible show. We just finish this incredible season. I mean, this episode. I don't want this episode to go. As you can see, I'm overwording myself here, but this has been so incredible, and this is what it's about. These stories, these messages. You are exceptionally irresistible. You have it. Val is the kind of person who could really highlight it. If you don't know how to put it into words, I
Yeah,
highly recommend reaching out to Val. She'll help you. You saw it for yourself. She's beyond incredible, and just shine. Like you got this,
yes, yeah.
and that's what it's all about. So thank you all for tuning in. This is the end of this show, and we will see you all again next week with another incredible story. So Val,
Thank you.
thanks again.
Thank you.
That's it for this week's episode of the Exceptionally Irresistible Show. What has inspired you to take action in your life? Take action now. Take the first step, share it with a friend, or write it in a journal. Subscribe and share this episode, and remember, you too are exceptionally irresistible.